Hey guys, welcome back to Professional Weekenders YouTube channel. Today we're here at Lettuce Lake Park, and today we're going to go check out some wild alligators. So make sure you stick around, check it out, hit that subscribe button, and let's go.
Let's go. Lewis out of here looking like a whole wilderness explorer. He's very excited to use his binoculars.
The wilderness must be explored.
Okay. All right, y'all, like Lewis said, we're at Lettuce Lake Park. This is a park in Hillsborough County. So we're super excited to be here. We've been here before. Actually, we've already covered this on the YouTube channel once. It was one of our first videos. I don't think we show either of our faces. It's like a whole thing. So
don't go back and watch it.
Don't watch it. It's super cringe.
Videos.
Super cringe. So
everyone has to start somewhere, and that's where we started.
We literally started at the bottom. Y'all know we're here. So okay,
we're still at the bottom.
We're still at the bottom. But with that being said, we're gonna walk around, check out the alligators. There are some nature trails. There's like a little boardwalk area to walk around. Check out the visitor center. There's places to kayak and canoe. So we'll check out all the things.
And this happens to be the best place in the entire west coast of Florida to see wild alligators. So if you're down here on vacation, or if you're local and you want to check out some wild alligators, then this is the spot to come, because there are tons of them.
There are, and the good news is it's only $2 per vehicle to come in, so bring your friends.
Yep, up to 8 people.
There you go.
So when we first moved down here to Florida, we saw Lettuce Lake Park on the map, and oh, that sounds like a cool place. Maybe we'll go, maybe be some manatees, you know, kind of floating around eating the lettuce. Be kind of a nice, relaxing sort of thing to do. No, it's infested with alligators. There's tons of alligators.
Tell them the whole story, my love, where you almost killed me on a kayak.
Okay.
Tell them that story.
Well, you tell them the story.
So when we first went to Florida, this Yahoo was just like, oh babe, we're gonna get some kayaks. We're gonna go have some fun. We're gonna take you to this place called Lettuce Lake Park. I'm pretty sure there's manatees in there because, of course, with the name like Lettuce Lake Park, there's gonna be manatees. And I'm thinking, great, let's go see some manatees. No. Not what happened. We're in a plastic kayak, y'all, like the flimsy one, like the cheapest kayak we could find. And this Yahoo almost gets me eaten by an alligator. I'm kayaking, a 50-foot alligator just swimming next to me, puts his head up, and I'm telling you, stronger than I am.
Feet.
You don't know that. You didn't see it.
I
Looks
did
up
see
at
it.
me from
It was like
the
5
side.
feet.
Whatever. But still,
it was a
50
baby
feet.
alligator.
It was not a baby alligator. Looks up at me from the side and says, and goes back underneath it. I have never paddled so hard in my life. You almost killed me.
It was a baby alligator. And the other part of that story is that we actually tried to get into Lettuce Lake that day, but because it rained so much, the lake was too flooded and they weren't allowing people to kayak here. You can kayak here, people do. But as an alternative, they told us to go down the street. We can go to one of the Hillsborough County
like Morris Bridge
parks.
Or something,
yeah, Morris Bridge, which is on the Hillsborough River. And so that's where we went kayaking. And again, not knowing what we were doing, with all that extra rainwater, the currents were very strong that day, and once we got going, we couldn't turn around. So that's how we ended up kayaking pretty much here to Lettuce Lake. And I thought it was beautiful. I think we need to do it again, but Christine was freaked out by that alligator.
But you know what?
Little baby alligator.
5-foot alligator. I'm only 5'4", okay? Imagine
but you're in a 10-foot kayak.
But I'm 6 inches away from the water. That thing could have ate me.
Keep your hands in the kayak.
You'll
be fine.
Freaked out.
I know you did. She was mad at me.
That was not fun.
So anyways, that's why we come here now to watch them from the safety of the boardwalk. The boardwalk is very safe, and we really enjoy it.
Death by gator, what a way to go.
All right, so here you can see that they do rent canoes, and you can also launch your own canoes and kayaks just down that path. And they have plenty of these pavilions you can come and rent if you're gonna have like a birthday party or something like that. Yeah, there's a squirrel party.
Yeah, looks like
it says it's reserved. Yeah. Squirrels party of 3. So I can't see the lake. Canoe? So in addition to canoes, they also have lots of kayaks here as well for rent. They are also pretty good quality ones. The Old Town is the type of kayak I've got that's a quality one, and then the Perception kayaks that they have over here is the same that Christine rides, so we can vouch that both those brands are good quality brands. All right, and remember, no swimming, but all non-swimmers must wear PFDs.
You are going to get it today, mister.
I don't know if he's coming across on camera though. I can't see him on the camera lens, but he's right there. He's a big old fish. All right, so this is the Hillsborough River. It's a beautiful spot to kayak. And here we have a cypress tree. So you recognize these by their knees. These are the cypress tree root knees. So they stick up out of the ground, and that's how they get some air and nutrients and everything as well.
I don't call them knees.
You don't call them knees? That's what they're called.
Okay.
The tree's got knees.
Tree's got things that don't look like knees to me.
What do they look like to you?
It's a PG channel, sir.
Mine didn't look like that. And interestingly enough too, that little pink thing there, that is it's a African giant snail egg pod. The African giant snails are an invasive species that just kind of started taking over this area a few years back. But that's how you can spot them, by their pink seed pods. Maybe we'll see some while we're out there. Last time we were here, I think we saw some shells. And I almost forgot to mention, but as far as parking goes, the best place to park is just take the trail all the way to the back, turn left to keep going all the way to the back. And that's where you'll find basically the canoe launch as well as the beginning of the boardwalk, and there's a restroom there and everything. So that's the best spot to park if you're going here for the boardwalk. All right, so here is the map. So this is where we currently are. So this is the canoe launch and the beginning of the boardwalk here in orange. You see that goes back for a while. Here is the entry. So I mentioned you want to go all the way to the back, turn left, and keep going all the way to the back. Park next to the restrooms. That's where you want to park. Because it's just a short walk through the woods to here. And this is the beginning of the boardwalk.
So they have different trails. The boardwalk is my personal favorite because you're a little bit elevated, you're a little closer to the water, you'll see more wildlife. But we have been through the actual trails where you're not on the boardwalk, and you see wildlife too. I just like to be on the boardwalk because I don't like snakes, and they're less likely to be on here as opposed to getting sun on the actual trail.
The couple times that we've taken the other trails too, I just didn't really see quite nearly as much. It was quite a long walk, so the best bang for your buck is definitely get on the boardwalk. That's where you're going to find more animals, particularly the alligators are obviously going to be in the lake. The other trails don't always go by the lake.
So last time we were here, we saw armadillos when we were on the actual path, right, the trail. But if you're looking for big things, by the water's where you want to be.
All right, and as you're walking down the boardwalk, make sure you pay attention to the sides. You never know what you're going to see. And here we have our very first Gator aid bottle. That's not what we're looking for. We're gonna keep going.
That is 2 dad jokes in a row, bruh.
That's a family channel.
No, okay. It's a PD channel. Okay.
I see 2 fish right there. So again, I'm not sure what's coming across on the camera, but there is a gar, and right behind him is an armored catfish. And definitely bring your polarized lens. Oh, okay, there it is. So yeah, there's the gar, and then directly behind him is an armored catfish. He's hanging out in the dirt, so he's hard to see, but the gar you can clearly see. Yeah, and there's more of those snail eggs too. Yeah, there goes the turtle.
He's moving. He's moving.
Yeah, right there. You can barely see him on camera. I think we see our first gator way out there in the distance, just creeping across the screen there. But I'm telling you, this lake is infested with gators. There's going to be plenty more to see, and even closer up. So we'll keep going. And now we've come to the observation tower. So as far as the first half of the boardwalk goes, this is definitely the best spot. You can get up there and see 360 degrees, and I guarantee you if you stand up there long enough, you're going to see gators. So let's climb to the top.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but just out there is a blue heron. And I'm pretty sure the reason why they call it Lettuce Lake Park is because of all these little lily pads out there. Definitely not lettuce. Definitely lily pads.
Yeah, but lily pad park? That would still work. Lily pad lake park?
What did you say?
Lily pad lake park?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Yeah.
Or lily pad park. All right, and before we climb the stairs, so you know, you can also download the app here with your mobile phone, and you'll get an audio experience as you tour the park. But now we're going to head up the stairs to the 3rd floor. All right, so there is a gator out there. Let's see if we can get him on camera. That little ripple there in the water, he's swimming towards us, but he's pretty far out. So even though she was making fun of me for bringing my binoculars, that's exactly why. We got a pretty good telephoto zoom lens, but it's not the greatest. I mean, that guy's probably 300 feet away. Maybe we stand here long enough, he'll keep coming this way. And now from the top deck, he's still heading this way. It's not a very big one. A little juvenile, he may be about 4 feet long or so. And let him keep coming this way, see if we can, how good a view we can get of him. So the one that came by Christine's kayak was maybe just a little bit bigger than that.
Probably what, 3 feet?
I'd say he's about 4, maybe a little bit shorter, 3.5, 4, yeah. But now you can get a pretty good view of him for sure. You can see the way he uses his tail to paddle through the water. Oh, his tail's actually surprisingly long. He may be 4 feet. No, he's slowing down. He stopped. Just put his little
He
paws
just
out.
swam the way all the way across this river. I'd slow down too.
I wonder if he's looking for something. Just wanted to come get.
He wanted to come say hi to me.
Yeah, he's a ham. Get his moment in the spotlight. We're on the move again. He's coming real close. Good thing we're 30 feet in the air. Okay, and so now I've spotted a second one. Again, another juvenile out there. So we got 1, and we got 2. This guy's still hanging out here. So there's a fish taking his life into his own hands right there. The alligator, I think he sees him. He's moving towards him. Maybe he's gonna keep going. But yeah, it's pretty neat seeing him move from behind the way their tail acts like a rudder, just pushing them through the water. And we got another one that joined the party. So the original one is right there. And now we got a new one that popped up right there, I think is on camera. Yeah, right there in the center. Lots of juveniles out here today. All right, so we're gonna keep on heading on down. So while I think that this is definitely the best place that you're guaranteed to see gators, we oftentimes see, the kind of small ones like that. Sometimes you get lucky to see a big one. But as we head further down, we're gonna see gators definitely more up close. They're gonna be a lot more on the sides of the boardwalk. So let's go see what we can find down there. All right, see, and that's why you gotta keep an eye out on the sides here. See if we can find them. But there's a gigantic bird back there. Is it some sort of heron?
Crane, maybe?
Crane. Let's see if we can get him in focus. Okay, yeah, there he is. Where's your face?
At the front.
Looks like a stick attached to a turkey. He's playing hide and seek back there. There we go. Use the manual focus for the win. But yeah, he's got his beak hidden behind the tree there, but I'm looking right at his eye. He's looking right at me. Looking right at you. Oh, his beak's popping out the other side. I wonder if sometimes they do this right before they strike. Looking for fish. Get it, bird, get it. You gonna do something? Do something with your beak. Maybe not. So there we go. We found our first gigantic or huge African snail. Can't remember the actual name of it. Big African snail, huge, Goliath.
I think it's Goliath, African snail.
But yeah, he's just hanging out there, doing what snails do, sit. So they're an invasive species, and they do cause quite a bit of damage to the local ecosystem. So I think there's
You were completely wrong.
What?
It's the channel apple snail. What kind of Goliath snail are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Honey.
All right, so Christine tells me it's the channeled apple snail.
Yeah.
Look at this beast of a lizard.
Yeah, dinosaur.
Where'd he go? Oh, he's hiding. He's hiding behind a bush.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out about the snail. Honey.
No, you're right. Get on camera, I can't tell. Sometimes you can see things with your bare eyes, and then when you look, oh, there he is. He's just a baby alligator. Oh. I swear, when you come to Florida, it's like coming to Jurassic Park. There are so many like reptiles and animals and all kinds of stuff. Apparently this sign is here to correct me. This is a channeled apple snail. So it says this is from South America, so I apparently am wrong on multiple occasions, but I swear I read something about this on the internet, and if we can find the article, put it in, that can vindicate me. If not, then
I win.
I guess I misremembered. I didn't lie. I don't lie, I just believe in valid truths.
What's that for?
Because you give me the look. And break your face up. See, there's that smile.
Yeah.
Much better smile than the scowl. That, though, is the dreaded poison ivy. So make sure you stay on the paths. That is if you're allergic like me. I'm highly allergic. I do not mess with that stuff at all. The people that aren't allergic, I'm totally jealous. Like Christine says she's never gotten it in her life. So.
I don't think I've ever gotten it, but I'm not the outdoorsy type, so maybe I just haven't touched it.
I seem to get it constantly. Like that was close enough right there. I probably got it from that. No, not really, but I just don't wander off the paths anywhere, ever. Yeah, I mean here, just a couple more steps. Here's a giant bush. This whole thing, all that poison ivy. Leaves of 3, leave it be.
Okay, guys, so we are at the halfway point, I believe. If you go to the right, it's towards the visitor center. If you go to the left, that is more of the walking path.
Yep. So there's the visitor center back there. So the second half here, this is where things get a lot closer though. So we're gonna go walk through some fields and see some gators. Oh, we got a squirrel WrestleMania going on.
I don't know if WrestleMania was what they were doing.
You're gonna attack him. Retreat. I have to have AI generate a image of squirrel WrestleMania. I think that'd be kind of funny to see one kind of jumping off the high ropes doing people's elbow. See if we can come up with that. We found a turtle right under the water.
Little orange in his shell.
Yeah, oh, there he is. You can see his shell. Little head just popped up out of the water there. Still on the hunt for more gators. Oh, but I see a turtle. We probably got to get a polarized lens for this camera. He's just gliding through there. Oh, I hear something big behind me. What was that?
Oh, he just went under.
There, yeah, just saw a baby alligator just go under.
Yeah, I can see him moving there.
There's a baby alligator in there. We're looking for him.
Yeah, you see all the grass moving?
The one pushing all that grass around. Yeah, it can't always be quick draw McGraw on the camera here, but as Christine just pointed out, as you're walking, just keep an eye out, go slow, because you probably are walking by stuff and not even realizing it. They're masters of camouflage. All right, so now we've got a good out of the water view of a turtle. So in case you guys didn't see the last few that were underwater, you can definitely see this one. So the hunt continues for the alligators. We've seen 4 so far. I think normally we'd average when we come here, we see about 20. I don't know if it's maybe because the weekend, a lot of people are out here, maybe scaring them away. It's also pretty hot too, so they're probably hiding out. You know, maybe if it was a little bit cooler, they'd be out trying to sun themselves. There's another turtle back there too. So 2 little turtles sitting on a log.
I don't think that's how the song goes, but nice try.
You know, you can't say I didn't try. Always trying to entertain you folks. Keep this vlog moving.
Supposedly there are black bear around here. Never seen one, but they do have trash cans that are bear protected, so the more you know.
Here comes a bear. Rawr.
You are a bear.
Yeah. Pooh Bear. All right, so that's the end of the boardwalk. We saw 4 alligators.
They're babies.
4 or 5 turtles, a couple squirrels, butterflies, snails.
One bear.
Bear?
You.
Yeah. But overall, this was actually kind of a little bit of a letdown compared to usual. I think normally we average about 20 alligators when we're here.
Yeah.
So again, I think it's maybe because it's hot. It's kind of midday. There's a lot of people here on a Saturday.
A lot of kids.
Maybe if you come earlier in the day, come during the weekday, come when it's not so hot, I bet you probably have better luck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, every time we've been here, you're gonna at least see one. So wouldn't say I guarantee it, but it's almost practically guaranteed. You're gonna see some sort of alligator, particularly if you stop, take your time, and look.
You literally said that you guarantee people to see alligators when we were at the observation deck.
Did I say that?
You did.
Okay.
I'll put that clip in here.
And I guarantee you, if you stand up there long enough, you're gonna see gators.
Alright guys, so now we're going to head back towards where we parked the truck, maybe check out the visitor center. So a couple other things about Lettuce Lake Park. There is plenty of shelters for you to rent, like was mentioned earlier, but there's also a really big playground. So if you have kids, great place to bring them to get some of the energy out. And a lot of walking trails too.
A lot of nature walking trails, yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. There's the nature center.
Here is the Nature Center and their little garden, along with the 5th tallest waterfall in all of the state of Florida.
So.
Every waterfall in the Florida is like top 10. There's only like 10 of them.
Right. Alright guys, so we're heading on into the Nature Center. Okay guys, we just entered in here, so past this way there are some posters about some birds and pictures and things like that. Over here you can refill your water. Past that is a classroom. Heading back this way, there is like some exhibits for you to check that out. So if you were ever told to zigzag if you come across an alligator, that is a myth. Do not do that. Run fast and run straight. Do not zigzag. Alright guys, as you come in, there is an aerial photo of the park. Heading over this way. There looks to be like there's some animals in those containers over there. Over here, looks like there are some more, like what kind of animals are around this area, as well as over here too. And then up here, they have a dugout canoe, which is pretty cool. And you got some frogs in there, well, frog butt. And here they have a otter, a heron, and a gator. Big boy. All right, y'all, that's to wrap up our time here at the Lettuce Lake Park. And here's this guy for the pro tips.
All right, guys, so here are your pro tips for visiting Lettuce Lake. I'd say number one is make sure you bring your binoculars because a lot of the gators are far out and you're gonna get the best view if you have some binoculars. Pro tip number two is try to come when it's not so busy or not so hot. More of the animals are gonna be out at that time. So either early in the day, during the weekdays, during the fall or spring. And pro tip number three is it is only $2 to get in here for a whole carload of people. So it makes for a nice, affordable thing you can do with the whole family. And super cheap, nearly free. Bonus pro tip is pets are welcome here in the park. However, they are not welcome on the boardwalk. So don't expect to take your dog on the boardwalk if you bring him. So that's gonna do it for us today, guys. Remember, hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Really help us out. And with that being said, we're out of here. We'll see you next weekend.
Bye.
Do your little outro.
Okay, we're gonna do the visitor center.
Yeah, it is a Hillsborough County park. So
Okay.
not state or not federal, it's Hillsborough County. But yeah.
Well, you called it Lettuce Lake State Park.
Did I call it state park?
Yes, you did.
Then I need to do it again.
Okay. Cute though. We're gonna do the visitor center?
Just stay there. He wants to
Oh,
spend some time.
sorry.
Oh, what is there at the visitor center?
I don't know.
Here's this guy with the pro tips.
Why are you making fun of me?
Less hands.
Hands?
Don't you tell me hands all the time?
Not very.
All right, guys, so here are your pro tips for visiting